What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're gonna continue on with Reddit reads. I think we're gonna stick with that name. Reddit reads some paranormal stories, and here we have a story that was uploaded 8 hours ago. New to ghosts, well, new to hunting. I personally don't really like the the phrase ghost hunters just because are we hunting? I mean, when I think of hunting, I think of, we are trying to, you know, unalive something for gain. Um, but here we go. New to hunting. Something hissed at us and we caught it on camera. We're going to read this right quick. Girlfriend and I have always loved watching paranormal videos. Wait, is it playing? Yes, it is. Girlfriend and I have always loved watching paranormal videos. We recently did our first ever ghost hunt at Post Town and had such a great experience that we went back with other people. The second time was way more active. In this video, the six of us were all huddled together chatting and having a chill time. Then we began hearing someone walking in the hallway. It was not another person, nor was it an animal that we could find. I've tried rationalizing what this could realistically be. I am 100% a believer now. I wish I had filmed each individual room with a light on after this event, but the hiss was too much when it happened. We dipped. LOL. We're officially deep into this now, looking to purchase a night vision camera soon and continue investigating this place. So before we say anything, let's check out what this is about.
Who's scratching down there?
What is that?
That sounds like someone sitting at the bench down there.
It did.
Like when you sit on a bench.
That's hard.
I've heard some stuff again.
This is insane.
You hear that thud?
Yeah. Are these pipes or?
Sound like a pipe or
Yeah.
pipe.
There's not
Do you
running
know
water in the
what?
building.
You know what's also down there? The janitor's clothes.
There's.
What the hell was that?
That was like a growl.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
Stop.
I think that's enough for me actually.
That was a growl. And that's probably on camera. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
That just made me
The
feel
janitor's
really
closet is.
It was like,
down-
it was like,
What was that?
thud. We have to go by there.
Okay, hold on. Quickly packing, I turned a light on where you can see the bench at the end of the hallway. Is there a head that rises through the floor under the bench, or is it simply artifacting from the camera being at 402? Let's see. Was this all? We're gonna get more? Yes, we are. Okay.
Tracy, you wanna grab your backpack?
Yeah.
Give our REM pods, please.
Applying a lot of noise reduction shows this result. Uh, you know what, you guys? It is exciting to see newcomers into the field and seeing them, witness paranormal activity. I gotta tell you, because, with my very first experience when I was a child, it really got me thinking, what the hell was that I experienced? And that experience just, you know, uh, stuck with me. Like even to this very day, it dare I say it even traumatized me because my first experience was I'm not gonna say that I was visited by the boogeyman, but something did show itself to me from my closet. And the whole experience, even to this day, just has me that, when I am resting my head in a room, I have to have all doors closed. If not, having the closet or even the bedroom door open, I get a lot of anxiety, like if something is looking at me. But seeing this just brings, it brings me joy. It brings me joy. You know, a lot of people that are interested, but don't have the experience. Yeah, you don't need $1,000 equipment to do this. I have over 20 years experience, and I don't have all of this, you know, uh, fancy tech, going into an investigation. I am very old school and very simple. I go out with my camera to record, voice recorder. Yes, we have an EMF detector. We have some ghost balls. We have, you know, but that's about it. That's about it. You know, and if you do want to, like what I'm doing, I'm putting my investigations out there because a lot of my content is me exploring abandoned location, and I just got stuck into this one location that it feels like it kept on calling me, which is Kings Park Psychiatric Center. I've gone there like so many times. That was like my home away from home. So much so that um a lot of my friends that are within the paranormal field, paranormal investigators themselves, they've wanted me to take them to hotspots, and I've gladly always met up with them at Kings Park. I mean, I've gone there like, geez, like 12, 13 times, and it never disappoints. So, yes, seeing this really brings joy because, there's a lot of people that are curious about the paranormal. And that's what we really need. We want more awareness to this phenomena, and seeing these kind of videos. So let's go back. I completely like the video. I don't think there's any, um, you know, people trying to do more to catch evidence. They were just very simple. They had REM pods on the floor, camera recording, and just like how the story says, they're gonna get more cameras and do this more often. And hopefully, with these guys, we'll get more evidence of the paranormal. I mean, I'm a believer, straight up. Even with my experience as a kid, and with me being a paranormal investigator, going out there into the field and gathering evidence, experiencing all this paranormal activity. It's real, you guys. Just in case you didn't know, but yeah, yeah. That although I have to say that the head rising from under the bench, I would have to say it's just the camera focusing, and then due to the grittiness and the distance, it's almost like matrixing. But that's what I believe that was. Everything else, the hiss, I heard the hiss. All of that stuff was legit. I have to say, I like, even down to their reactions for their, first timers. This They kept themselves composed. And I gotta say, even like when I'm out there, even myself, it's exciting at times when something happens that is unexplainable. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm going, like what we see on, uh, man, my favorite group of all time. The first four seasons, Ghost Adventures, they were like awesome to watch, but then it got to the point where everything is just whoa, and they're yelling and doing all of this extra stuff, and it's like, nah, bro, this you're doing too much. You're doing too much. But anyway, let's continue on with our next story. What is this from Paranormal Reddit? I can't explain this. Please help. Let's see what we could do. All right. So the most bizarre thing has been happening. For context, me and my girlfriend just bought these new couches from Facebook Marketplace. hand-me-downs, okay? So we bought a bunch of cleaning supplies to make sure there's no bed bugs or anything like that, right? We left all the cleaning supplies on the counter in the living room. The living room is also where we sleep. We put our bed there since we don't have guests over, and we both wanted our own bedroom. And we both work the same job overnight, so we sleep during the day. Anyways, when we went to sleep, we woke up and all the cleaning supplies were lined up in the counter, like in a row. My girlfriend noticed it first and she kind of freaked out, more confused if anything. I was a bit confused too. I thought she was messing with me, but she seemed genuinely freaked out because how bizarre it was. At the end of it, I just told her we probably did it in accident and just didn't notice it. Since there was nothing else I could say, it was just really weird. Anyways, the next day passed and I forgot it happened. But when we woke up, it happened again. I don't know why this is happening. I don't think she's pulling a prank. We lived together for 3 years and it just doesn't seem like something she would do, especially based on how she reacted. But I guess it's possible. I'm kind of hoping so. I took a picture of it, but this is kind of a reaction of it because I didn't think to take a picture when it first happened. I just kind of messed it up, so she stopped freaking out. I also attached this sticker that's in front of my door. It was there when we got the apartment. I'm pretty sure it's from the culture of India because there are a lot of Indians where I live. I don't know if that sticker means anything, just trying to put as much context as I can. Uh I I'm not a expert on this kind of, sticker. It, hopefully doing some research you might find out. Um there are the cleaning supplies. As far as context is concerned, I mean, we got to go with what we read. I'm always, I don't judge nobody. I don't already, call people liars and all this and that. No, I want to hear their story. I want to hear their experiences. And then, I get make a conclusion with what I got. And as far as I see, if this is happening, like if it, if it's the real deal, uh, hopefully it doesn't escalate, get worse. It is known that objects, especially hand-me-downs, they could carry energy. They could carry some sort of, uh, I. The best way to say is that certain objects can get possessed, and it probably has a lot of history. Hopefully, it's not bad history, but that's the risk we take when we buy hand-me-downs. And if this is something that's happening, thankfully it's not really nothing serious. Although just seeing all of this lined up, it is, you just wake up and all of this stuff is just out there. And you knowing that it wasn't your partner, it could be, like who came into my apartment and tried to clean, right? That it reminds me of that the Big Bang Theory, the episode with the very first season when Sheldon broke into Penny's apartment and started cleaning. Could you imagine? That's a very useful ghost. All right. Let's read on. Let's read on to the next. What is this? Let's pause it right quick. Um let's see this from Reddit. Paranormal Encounters 5 days ago. All right, hold on a second. Let's read. This happened months apart. Okay. The second video is more worrisome to me as it just happened. The first one, I originally chalked it up to fluff or a bug, but it literally just pops out of nowhere. When I slow it down, it doesn't look like a bug, and there is like a shadow that follows it. I'm not sure how to show that. I am freaking out for nothing. What so I do? What so I do? What should I do? Maybe she meant to say. Huh, that was interesting. Hold on. That is interesting, you guys, just because it kind of comes in through the crevice of the door. Now, here's the thing, though. Even with the night vision going on, um, sometimes the shine, the reflection off of whatever object or insect that could have been, because it could have been either or. It wouldn't catch until it kind of angles itself at a good direction to actually catch, the reflection of the night vision. But the way it comes in, it does look a bit interesting. Let's see that one more time. It does look interesting, I gotta admit. Does anything else happen? This is another bed. Seems like another room. Just in case if people start talking about the curtains are moving, there is a vent over here. You know what? I actually like the first video better. It doesn't look like an insect. The second one could very well possibly be an insect. The only curious thing about it is that she seems like she's dead asleep, and as soon as we see that, she starts almost like fussing a little bit. So, but yeah, yeah. Let's see what are the comments over here. I reflexively dodged. What? Oh, I reflexively dodged. Like when the thing came out of the camera, you go like this. I hate bugs. Same. Yeah, bugs only want one thing, and it's to nest in my hair. Ugh. And crawl on me and those cringe inducing tiny multitudes of legs. All right. So you wish it were ghost instead. Huh? What? Sometimes people just don't really know what to say and want to say the most. Personally, yes, no ghost ever flew into my mouth, only to dissolve there and have me spit for minutes to get it out. Okay. They didn't look like bugs to me. It actually doesn't look like a bug due to how close it got to the camera. But there's a lot of aspects to look into, especially with night vision cameras. But this looks like a high quality, good night vision camera, and you could tell because even with the frame per second, when the baby started moving around, there was no disfiguration or anything. It was good, but yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, but I think they're both bugs. The second one for sure. And yeah, the first one is that it still looks interesting, but if there was a bug in one, then we have to assume that the other one is a bug too. What I would like to know is that if there is any other sorts of activities going on that is not just, these orbs. Because a lot of times, this is why even when I catch an orb, I almost just, kind of sweep it away because depending where you're at, there's always going to be bugs flying around, flies, fruit flies. Depending on location, it could be even something bigger than that, weirder shapes, insects or whatever. And of course, also you have dust just flying around. Dust is the number one cause of orb looking anomalies in these paranormal videos. People don't really take orbs too serious unless it's really like that perfect piece of good orb. Uh, evidence. You could see how it, almost moves in you could see like its movements, like a nice round, the trail, there are good orbs video. But yeah, let's see what else do we have. Okay. From the truth is here. I think something is living in my house, or am I going crazy? Ah, interesting. Wow, guys. Jeez. I almost don't even want to read it. Goddamn. But not for nothing. When you see something like this, it's because it's very detailed. It's due to because something actually happened. Because if somebody, I don't really see anybody trying to do this, write a Bible for something fake when they could just show a video. So due to it not having a video, let's see. I don't even know where to start. I'm typing this at 1 a.m. because I am terrified and I have nowhere else to turn. I just moved into my first real house 2 months ago. I've lived in trailer homes my whole life until now, so I was excited to finally have a stand-alone house. Congrats. It's nothing fancy, but it's mine and I was proud. Hell yeah, be proud. Doesn't matter, man. You got to be grateful for everything you have. Um, I was proud, at least I was. Now I'm living in a nightmare and I feel like I'm losing my mind. All right. Everything was fine the first couple of weeks. Then, about 2 weeks in, I started hearing footsteps at night, not just normal creaks or house settling noises. I know those too. I mean, slow, dragging footsteps like someone with a limp slowly shuffling across the floor. So, for somebody to really, like this is very detailed. It is very detailed because you could actually tell when somebody's walking, almost like it's. I'm starting to to just believe the story without going into it because that was very detailed. The first time I heard it, I was half asleep and thought I imagined it, but then I heard it again the next night and again. It always happens late at night, usually past midnight when everything is quiet. I swear it's coming from inside the house, like in a hallway or maybe the living room. I can't always tell exactly where, but it's definitely not from outside. And these footsteps are getting louder and more frequent. What started as maybe a weekly odd occurrence is now almost every single night. I lie here in bed, stiff as a board, listening to this slow thump, drag around my house. Sometimes it even wakes me up. On the rare nights, I manage to fall asleep at all. It's like it knows when I'm drifting off and it wants me awake and afraid. I probably won't go all the way into the story, but I could tell you right now if you are experiencing paranormal activity and this goes out to the general public, try and record something, whether it be voice recording or even set up, people set up cameras all the time in their houses, and if you don't want to spend money setting up a camera, you could use your own phone or even leave your computer on one night, position the camera, or like just something that you could use to record something. I have OSDD, a dissociative disorder, kind of like a mild version of DID and narcolepsy. Yeah, I know. That might make you think I'm hallucinating or something, but I've lived with these conditions for years and I've never experienced anything like this. My narcolepsy does cause weird dreams and occasional sleep paralysis hallucinations, but this is nothing like that. These footsteps, I'm wide awake when I hear them. I can move. I get up and check everything. And my dissociative disorder, I am trying to pronounce this word. Dissociative disorder means sometimes I have others in my head, my system, but none of them have ever done things without me knowing or hearing about it after. This is like, this is a damn crazy situation. Somebody that has with all due respect, some mental issues, experiencing paranormal activity. There's nothing good coming out of this. I would definitely recommend to look for help. You know, aside from getting help to deal with your mental issues, but you definitely need to try and gather some evidence. This way, when you approach even a paranormal group, um, they'll have something to base off their investigation. So they'll go in, try and gather evidence, give the evidence to you, and after that, you could do what you can with it. If you feel like you're in danger, or scratch that, because even any sort of discomfort within your own home is a nuisance. Whether it's we have to good spirit or bad spirit, just you could get help. If you have faith in a religion, go to your pastor, priest, talk to somebody there, and they'll help you out, but you need to have evidence. If you guys want to read it completely, I will do this slowly. It is just a lot to read in a video, and we are gonna end it here. What happened here? Oh yeah, another thing, light switches. I have this happen so many times. I used to discount it because light switches are actually one of the things I've often struggled to remember if I did or didn't, but no. Hell effing no. For some context, I have a garage. Its door locks. Inside the garage is a light switch. Duh. So picture this. I turn the light off in the garage after I bring my lawnmower in after mowing. I lock the door. I don't have a car, so I have no reason to open it ever. So picture how effing surprised I was when my dad let me know I left my garage light on when he stopped by to give me some clothes I accidentally left at his house. There is no way I turned that light on, period. So you could tell that this guy's going through some stuff. So my dude, I think I did that too fast. My guy, if you need any help, take my advice, try and capture some sort of evidence, and you could get some help. All right. So, with that being said, you guys, I hope you are enjoying this kind of content, and I hope you guys are enjoying some advice or even my 2 cents when it comes to paranormal activity. But if you're liking this content, please do what you're doing and like the channel, hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.